Well, I think we all kind of understood the writing was on the wall that Mike Hilton is going to be gone. And it is what it is at the end of the day. We know that we're going to be moving Dax Hill to the slot position, which we've already talked about. Al Golden has already addressed. So, yeah, that just kind of leaves the odd man out of Mike Hilton. Listen, Mike Hilton is great in run defense. He's a great tackler, but he's not really the greatest coverage guy anymore. And he's not really that great at covering people. So it's one of those situations where his biggest issue, his limitation was coverage. And it looks like he potentially might go back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a couple locations that he might end up going to. But wherever he goes, I'm going to wish him the best of luck. And hopefully, he finds success wherever he goes. It sucks. It really does, because I love Mike Hilton. He's one of the three, one of the three players, T. Higgins, BJ Hill, and Mike Hilton, that I wanted to keep no matter what this offseason. Obviously, Mike Gesicki would be that fourth guy in there too. But it is what it is, man. I don't know. This is a part of free agency that sucks, in all honesty. I don't know. I know some people are going to be happy about this, and I think most people will be happy about this because, again, his coverage skills has really diminished. It really has. But he's so good in run defense. He's so good at tackling. He has so many premium qualities about him that it's going to be hard to replace. And it is what it is at the end of the day. So I know my comment section is going to be lit up with, yeah, let's go. But I think there are situations we're going to miss him greatly. And it's going to be growing pains. But I do have a lot of faith in Dax Hill. And I think Dax Hill, his biggest issue is tackling. Dax is great in coverage. He has great speed. He has great play rec, great hands. But Dax's biggest issue is tackling. And now we're going to have to try to replace Mike Hilton with Dax Hill in that tackling department. And I'm all for it, looking and seeing how it goes. But I definitely think those are going to be growing pains. And it is what it is. So there's always a possibility that we pick up someone else in free agency, potentially bring someone else in, maybe a veteran corner as well, kind of have as a rotational piece there. Maybe we end up putting Jordan Battle in the slot if Dak doesn't work out. I'm not saying Dak's not going to work out, but if it doesn't, maybe we put Jordan Battle there. There's always different things we're going to move around and see, who's the best at what. But yeah, this is kind of the inevitable of eventually players move on. So I think the Steelers are the top landing spot for Mike Hilton now. I think that's going to be their top landing spot. I can't see him going anywhere else. He's definitely not going to the Chiefs. If he goes to the Ravens, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to be pissed if he goes to the Steelers, but I understand the whole perspective. He was a Steeler at one point. He'd be going back to the Steelers, so I get that perspective. But I just don't want him to go to the Chiefs or the Ravens. The Brownies would kind of low-key make sense just because the whole Joe Hayden went from the Browns to the Steelers. So it's like we have this weird thing in our division where we just have rotation players. You play on this team, you play on that team, you play on this. Joe Flacco went to the Browns at one point in his career. He was a Raven forever. But I just feel like it would be a weird state, but a logical state for the AFC North to go play for the Cleveland Brownies. Everyone in the end plays for the Cleveland Brownies. Oh, Lordy. But yeah, so again, new opportunities always present themselves, and they do. Now, I don't know what his market will be, though. He is 31 years old, hitting free agency. I'm going to guess that the Steelers will probably get him on maybe a 1-year deal for $6.5 million, $7 million potentially. So probably in that kind of neighborhood ballpark range. But Shout out to Mike Hilton. Good luck, buddy. Do your best.